from wendybottrell.com. In our conversation on intermittent fasting this month, we must share some ideas to avoid some of the more common intermittent fasting mistakes people make. Taking in some of these simple ideas will help you gain the benefits of intermittent fasting while avoiding the challenges some people make that might slow their results down. You may now be at the point where you've decided to begin the practice of intermittent fasting. Before you get started, it helps to have a better understanding of how it works and what you should and should not do. We wrote a post on how to eat while intermittent fasting for your best results, and we'll share that link in the show notes. The following list includes some common do's and don'ts that are bound to come up, allowing you to avoid some of the more common mistakes that people make. So you're going to want to transition slowly. Make sure you're not going into intermittent fasting without planning ahead of time and without really researching the different protocols. You might want to transition into it slowly, such as doing the 16-8 protocol for a couple of days a week instead of every day, or trying to fast for 12 hours at first, then gradually work your way up to 16 hours. And this is exactly what I did. I started with 12 hours because I didn't want to feel stressed out about fasting. I wanted to have some immediate wins, see how I felt, and then move forward successfully to the 16-hour window. It's worked out well for me. I feel like I challenged myself and yet didn't feel stressed at all. So in my opinion, I would highly suggest transitioning slowly so you too can have the wins for yourself and feel good about this practice long term. You will not want to make yourself uncomfortable, or don't make yourself uncomfortable. Intermittent fasting can be hard on your body at first, especially if you're used to eating 6 to 8 small meals throughout the day. This is another reason why you might do better transitioning into eating fewer meals during the day and then switching up the hour so you can begin following the intermittent fasting protocol. If you feel like you're faint from going too long without eating, then it's time to rethink the protocol you're using for intermittent fasting. This idea is really about paying attention to what your lifestyle habits have been and how you want to move forward. Small changes made over time will take you further than drastic changes that are not sustainable to success in a new habit. You will want to listen to your body. You will also want to listen to your body when starting fasting. It's really important here. You may try a protocol that simply isn't working for you, so it shouldn't be forced. While you do want to give each protocol a good amount of time to find out if it's a good fit. Don't go months being uncomfortable and miserable on a particular intermittent fasting protocol. You may just need to accept the fact that that protocol isn't a good one for you. Don't start binge eating. This is one of the bigger mistakes people make when they first start intermittent fasting. You might find that during the short window period when you can eat, all you want to do is binge eat and go for anything that you can get your hands on. This is the absolute wrong way to fast. Intermittent fasting is not meant to encourage unhealthy eating habits. You must eat the same healthy, real foods you normally would, only during a shorter window. Do stay hydrated while fasting. Make sure fasting. People often forget to drink water just because they're fasting. During the fasting window, the ideal beverages are water. Well, water actually needs to be, all the time, but also coffee and tea. It's suggested to have black coffee and tea. However, a bit of creamer in coffee goes a long way for the enjoyment. Don't watch the clock. Well, you do want to be sure you're waiting for the appropriate amount of time while fasting. Don't let it take over your life. You want to develop different mindset with food and how often you should eat, so try just to set a timer on your phone when it's time to eat again. As you practice fasting, in my experience, it becomes much easier to not focus on eating. In fact, when I go for a hike in the forest, I rarely even remember I haven't eaten now. Out on the trails or walking the neighborhood, I go fasted, and this goes for many activities in my daily life. It has become very simple, and if you give it a go, it will be for you. Be sure to share your ideas and comments below. Be sure to stay in touch and let us know how we can help you. And we'll put the link to subscribe to our newsletter in the show notes. Thanks. I'm Wendy, wendybottrell.com. Bye for now.